Thank you for attending an overview on financial aid at the College of Lake County. There are different types of financial aid. You have grants and scholarship, which is the free money that you don't have to pay back. Common grants is the Pell, the MAP, and the SCOG grant. There's also institutional scholarships through our CLC Foundation. We have the work-study program, which we talk about a little bit further in the video, as well as federal loans, which is borrowed money with interest that must be paid back. Also discuss a little bit further. Scholarships at CLC. We encourage our students to apply early each fall and spring semester to be eligible for our foundation scholarships. You can find the scholarship page by following the link. And there's an example of how the page looks like once you get to it. It lists a lot of different scholarship opportunities. All you need to do is sign in with your student credentials and apply for the general application. Once completed with the general application, you will be automatically matched to the scholarships that you are eligible for. So please take advantage of these opportunities. Student loans. At the College of Lake County, we want our students to graduate or transfer out with the least debt possible. That's why we encourage our students to look for all the free money first. And if the student needs a student loan, then we can guide them through that process. The Federal Direct Loans Program has no credit check, has a low fixed interest rate. Payments are deferred while in school. There's a flexible repayment plan once the student needs to start paying the loans back. If you have any questions about this program, you can contact the financial aid office, or you can go online on our website at clcillinois.edu/loans and get a packet online, or you can stop by the Welcome and One Stop Center if you're a first-time borrower. On-campus jobs. There are different types of work-study programs. Depending on your FAFSA determination and financial need, you may be eligible for federal work-study, which gives you an option to work up to 20 hours a week. The student needs to be enrolled at least half-time. You get paid as like a normal job, a direct deposit to your bank account. The jobs are usually very flexible with your student schedule, and jobs are available in almost all the departments. If you have any questions or are interested to learn more about federal work-study opportunities, you can contact the Career Center, and there's more information on our website under student jobs. How do students get financial aid? It all starts with a yearly application called the FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The FAFSA collects student and family income and household information and uses a formula to determine financial need. This application is available at fafsa.gov. There's different requirements that you need to meet in order to be eligible for federal and student aid. Some of them, you have to have a high school diploma or be a homeschool graduate, or a high school equivalent holder as a GED. Students must be enrolled in eligible degree certificate program. You have to be a U.S. citizen, legal permanent resident, or eligible non-citizen. Males must have registered for selective service. One of the questions our department gets is if a student is dependent or independent. Unless you meet one or more of the following criteria below, you're considered dependent and must provide your parents' information on the FAFSA. For example, if you're 24 years or older, you're married, you have children and provide half or more of their support, you're pursuing a master's or doctorate program, or any of the other criteria listed here. There can be two FAFSAs available at the same time. Currently, we have the 2020-2021 FAFSA open. That's those for students who are going to be enrolled in spring 21 or summer 21. For students who are going to start in the fall of 2021, you would need to do the 2021-2022 FAFSA. There is still time to complete the 2020-2021 FAFSA if the student is interested in enrolling for the summer. We have free FAFSA workshops on campus if the student needs help with completing this application. You can visit our financial aid website, and you can find the list of the dates that we are offering these workshops. Before you complete the FAFSA, you must have some documentation on hand. Be prepared with your social security number, alien registration number if you are a permanent legal resident, federal tax information or tax return, on-tax income information, cash savings and checking account balances, any investments other than your home that you live in. These are some of the documents that you need to be having on hand. What to expect after you complete a FAFSA. After you complete a FAFSA, students receive what's called a SAR, and also the college or university receives that, which is information on the results of your FAFSA. The college reviews the information and assembles an award notification for the student, or there may be additional documentation that may be needed from the student before financial aid can be completed. The student goes ahead and compares the award letters to other colleges or universities they may have applied to, and then determines what school they would like to attend. The student will also receive a shopping sheet. A first-time student at CLC not enrolled before and has submitted their FAFSA already to the school will receive this. This is an estimate of the cost of attendance and financial aid for the student. It's based off attending full-time. So these numbers can be adjusted in the future. And again, these are just estimates. Undocumented students. Undocumented students are not eligible to participate in federal financing aid programs, so they're not eligible to complete a FAFSA. CLC does offer scholarship opportunities to undocumented students. There's a variety of resources available to help, and we also have a page on our website dedicated to our undocumented student population. There's the alternate application for Illinois financial aid, known as the RISE Act, formerly known as the RISE Act, which allows undocumented students, transgender students, and a classification of students that are undergraduate students that have already reached their 75 paid MAP hours, but are still attending classes to complete their associate's degree. This application allows students to apply for the State of Illinois MAP grant. This application is similar to the FAFSA. It has pre-screened questions at the beginning of the application that will help you determine if you are eligible to continue to apply for this application. It also calculates an expected family contribution, EFC, just as the FAFSA does. And this will determine if you're eligible for that MAP grant from the state of Illinois or any of the other Illinois assistance programs. Similarly to the FAFSA, the same documentation is needed to be had before completing the alternate application for Illinois student aid. Federal tax return information about savings accounts, certificate of deposits, stocks, investments. Males who are 18 or older do have to apply for the selective service unless the student's transgendered. Once the application, either the alternate application or the FAFSA are completed, we do encourage our students to make sure that they're checking not only their CLC student email, but also their to-do list under their student account. This can be done under the task tile, and it will list any holes they may have on their account or any documentation that the financial aid office needs to be turned in or completed to continue on with the completion of their financial aid. Under the task and to-do list items, it does give a description of what the student needs to turn in. The award letter is a letter that lists students' actual awards once they go through verification, if they are selected for verification and are enrolled or registered for classes. These awards can be recalculated at census depending on how many hours they are enrolled at a time. So once again, these are the actual awards that the student will be awarded, but once again, depending if they make any changes to their class schedule, these awards may be recalculated. How do students keep receiving aid? Federal, state, and institutional programs may have different eligibility requirements, but students must maintain an acceptable GPA. They need to complete courses, making progress towards an eligible program of study. Failure to meet or maintain these standards may result in loss of aid eligibility. So it's very important that student fills out the FAFSA, alternate application for Illinois, financial aid, and scholarship applications every year to keep receiving aid. Where can students get help? CLC's Financial Aid Office has locations at all 3 campuses: Grays Lake campus at the Welcome and One Stop Center, Lakeshore in Waukegan at the Student Services Center, South Lake in Vernon Hills, Student Services Center as well. We do have specialists on staff to answer your questions about the FAFSA and the requirements. Appointments are also available. Scholarship, we have a scholarship coordinator to assist with scholarship applications. Veteran associates to help students receive their veteran educational benefits. So we do have a lot of assistance and resources to help all of our students. Thank you for viewing this video. You have a wonderful